very unique, very high performance, very well finished everywhere you look. It's as simple as that. So I'm starting this video with both doors open. We have the helm door and we also have a door on the navigator's or the passenger's side over on the port side and the aft door. We got 1,200 horsepower, guys. So we got the twin V12 600s, and I'm deliberately doing this because I just want to make the observation at how smooth, refined and quiet this Delta 48 is at the helm. She's in a whole another level when compared to basically every other boat of this design that you've seen on my channel. So there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously carbon fiber construction is going to be one of them. So we have a really, really wonderful power to weight ratio, but the positioning of these motors right out the back there and then soon to be behind a glass door, because we are going to close it, gives us some real advantages. But one of the main advantages, which we're going to experience right now, is this beautiful hull design. So I want you to look at these drone shots that we've done for you as we go through these waves. Yes, we're in the ocean, but it's not super rough, but we're going to have boat wash and a little bit of wind chop here and there. Just pay attention to the wash and the direction it takes when it's parted by this beautiful cutting bow. Pay particular attention to what is happening to that wash and where it's going. And the answer is it's not coming up on board. And so it's really very, very pleasant thing to operate. So let's just wind this speed up. Next thing, I'm sitting at mid 4,000. So I was at 4,500, I'm at 4,700 RPM now, and we are easy cruising at 31 or over 31 knots. So I'm actually going to go past two of these boats here. I might even go in between and then around them. And just increase the speed ever so slightly before doing a wide open run, probably on my second loop. So at a cruising speed of 31 knots, just braking left a little bit, I've got a fuel consumption of 0.6 nautical miles per gallon and a total fuel flow of, where is it, 52 gallons per hour. Okay, at 30 knots cruise speed. So clear up ahead. Let's increase that speed a little bit. Oh, the engines, they're purring, but they're not overpowering. They're not intrusive to a level that you can't hold conversation. This is so luxurious, is a word I'm going to use. So increasing that speed through 33 knots, 5,200 revs. I got no action on the zip wakes, although we do have them. I just don't think it's necessary today because the hull's doing everything for me. I'm going to brake right pretty soon at 35 knots and 0.53 nautical miles per gallon, and brake right, moderate turn. Got a couple of waves here, no water over the bow, super smooth, very pleasant. This is the feeling that you get on a real sporty day boat, but we're carrying around 3 double cabins, 2 toilets, and 2 separate showers. It's crazy. Okay, let's close these doors. So I'm going to close the side door. All right, I've still got the back one open. We're going to close that in a second. You just got a simple, sensible lock. Jono, do you want to close that back door? And then let's give you guys the experience as we, okay, so now we're closed. Just have a listen. So you're basically just hearing the noise of the ocean under the hull. I'm doing 33 knots, just there at 5,300 revs. I'm going to run the beach now. And this is just so easy. So this is absolutely a hull that I would take out in the ocean and eat up some miles. I would say, depending on the conditions, you can really happily sit in that high 20s to low 30s. Let's just dial it off and just get you that high 20s. And I'll do that now before we increase our speed for the final run. So coming down through 4,300 revs, we see 28, just a little over 28 knots. And I'm now sitting on 4,450 revs, and I've got 0.63 nautical miles per gallon, and I'm seeing 45 gallons total consumption per hour. So you're gonna get places. You're gonna get places. Remember, you've got 2,500 liters. I don't know what that is in gallons. Sorry, I'll have to get a little bit more Americanized. But let's check all around us. I'm gonna get that speed back up to the 30 knots, 31. Feels very nice, level attitude. I'm not feeling any necessity to stand up and drive. Even with this port side turn, I've still got great viz out to the side. This sunroof, when you do hook it in, gives you a clear line of sight for any possible dangers, or you can, if you've got the sunroof, the shades closed, you can duck your head down, so no worries there. She's maintaining this level attitude everywhere, so I've got a wonderful sight line all around. This is definitely a driver's boat. So we're going to wind this thing right up to full speed. I'm sitting on 5,700 revs, getting an easy 44 knots at the moment. Actually, I'll back it off just for a second. And your 40 knots is more like 5,200 revs. So that's really, really quick. We're absolutely hauling, but it doesn't feel quick. And I'm going to put that down to this hull design. This thing's incredibly smooth, turning downwind, increasing speed, got a little bit of trim up on the motors now. Okay, so that's wide open throttle. I can see my revs coming through. 6,000, 44, 45, comfortable, 46, couple of waves, 47, and still climbing, 47 and a half. I've got 10 degrees of trim, maybe a little bit too much trim. I just saw 48 knots, 0.48 nautical miles per gallon, and 100 gallons an hour for a 3-cabin, 2-toilet boat in the ocean. That's awesome. A couple of waves and hitting them at 40 knots. And we haven't taken a drop of water over the bow. So just trimming down, braking left. Super nice, guys. So what we're gonna do after here is we're gonna head to the closest dock in at Fort Lauderdale that we can find and bring you guys along for the ride, because this is definitely a hull that you can maneuver and operate yourself. Before we do that, we're going through a nice amount of waves here from another vessel. We'll just see if we take any water over the front. One tiny little drop. We were approach speed of 30 knots. We hit the wave at about 27. Amazing. Amazing. So good. Okay, we'll see what this camera brings up as well. All right, see you in the next bit. All right, guys, so we're back in the marina and we're just gonna show you the docking systems set up on this boat. So we do have the joystick and we've got the bow thruster operational from the helm. I'm actually gonna go out here. I'm gonna hand the camera to Jono and you can film me from here, because we have this wing station just here, which we've activated. This, when we press this button here, it combines or works with the bow thruster. So I'm going to do this now. It's a variable speed thruster, so you'll hear it wind up in a second. Can you hear that? So, and I just want you to look at the attitude of the boat relative to the dock and our rate of movement and how relaxed I am right now. Now, I don't have the skyhook button just here, so I do need to maintain situational awareness and control of the boat, but I can essentially, just checking the coast is clear, I can drive out. And what I'm gonna do, I'll actually just take her out into the channel a little bit, and then I might even just back it up again so you guys can see what's involved. But just look around, your line of sight is exceptional from here with this glass windows. Sure, you can go and do it from the primary helm, you've still got really good viz, but if you want to back the boat up, you can see this aft corner, this starboard aft corner, a lot easier from this position than you would from the helm, and you've got really good line of sight up forward. So now I'm just backing the boat up, and I'm going to stop my rate of travel in a second, and then I'm just going to side slip it in towards the dock. So I'll just give it a little click in forward just to slow that down and slow it. This is not our dock, we just picked, so whoever's dock this is, thanks for letting us use it. Didn't actually ask for permission, but we won't do any damage. Okay, so boom, boom. Now I'm going to just start sliding it across. So you can hear that thruster doing its thing. Some small adjustments. I'm just doing really small adjustments on the joystick right now, and I'm going to straighten myself up a little bit. I love it how it's variable speed. I can hear it just gently winding up and then dialing down. Straighten that up a little bit, no rush. And I've got the rub rail all the way down the side. We've deployed the fenders, obviously. And so, you know, talk about relaxed boating, picking up friends. You're going to be getting them on from that location just there. Or, depending on the height of the dock, you might actually also, like this dock right here, just sling a leg over from midships. The one thing we are missing is a little door just here or there, like you might see on some boats. However, in saying that, I've got the world's shortest legs and I can still do that. So if I can do it, 90% of you will have more access over these gunnels because your legs are going to be longer than mine. So look how much control I've got. Isn't this beautiful? This is a tidal area, by the way. We don't have much tide in here right now, but I've got full access to cleats, forward and aft. These cleats are quite simple, just lift them up, not too much to it. So what we'll do now, we'll actually just clear this dock. I'm just going to put the sky hook on. I'll activate that from the helm, provided there's no one coming, and then we'll wrap this video from the middle of the channel. So this thing is exquisite. It is a real nice piece of kit. So you do need to compare this boat with some of the top manufacturers out there. So if you're looking for something that's incredibly fun to drive, incredibly enjoyable to drive, and also very easy to operate, do pay some attention to this thing. One thing I didn't point out earlier in the video, whilst it's a carbon hull, this is actually gel coat. So you're not going to see any of that print through that you would with just a carbon hull. And if you ding the thing, you're not doing a carbon repair, you're doing a gel coat repair, because all of this that you're looking at is actually just gel coat. So let's just transfer back up to the primary helm. Find the transfer button here and press it twice. 1, 2, until you see the green light up here. Then you have control, and now I can actually just press sky hook, check all around. We don't have any traffic. Happy days. So everything's relaxed. Yeah, I think you do need to compare, as I was saying, this Delta 48 Coupe with some of the best boats out there on the market, because I believe this genuinely is one of the best boats out there on the market if you're looking for something very unique, very high performance, very well finished everywhere you look. It's as simple as that. So from many markets around the world, I can see a use case for this boat, and I can also see a use case for some of you guys who plan on keeping a boat for a long time. No one ever seems to do that. You always seem to upgrade in a couple of years. But what I'm saying is you could keep this boat for 10 years and it's not going to fall apart on you. That cannot be said for many of the other boats I put on my channel. I will often recommend people in the comments to turn them over in 2 years. I don't think you're going to get the same experience with a Delta. All right, I hope that was useful. Check out some of the competing boats that are coming up on the screen right now. Coming to you from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I love this place because it's full of boats. See you in the next one.